Dune Part 2, Denis brings his full vision to life.
You can see there's so much joy in him every time he comes to work. That passion invigorates us all.
After an agonizing 2-year wait since Dune first graced the silver screen, the anticipation is about to pay off in epic proportions. Director Denis Villeneuve, the maestro behind the sci-fi masterpiece, has unveiled a new trailer for the highly anticipated sequel, and trust me, you will want to see this. Brace yourself for not just one, but 3 colossal sandworms make a jaw-dropping appearance on screen, dominating the desert landscape in cinematic glory as we unveil everything we know about Dune Part 2. Dune has been hailed by critics following the phenomenal success of its premiere in October 2021, raking in a staggering $402 million at the box office, such that Chris Neshawati deemed it the best sci-fi movie of the decade in his Esquire review. Now the sequel promises an even more spectacular experience. Director Denis Villeneuve's strategic decision to split the epic saga into 2 parts appears to be the secret sauce that sparred Dune from the pitfalls of previous adaptations. The first film concluded with a gripping cliffhanger, and the upcoming sequel is set to weave together the threads of the story, providing a satisfying resolution. Warner Brothers has curated a stellar cast, featuring heartthrob Timothée Chalamet at the forefront, commanding an army and sharing a magnetic on-screen chemistry with Zendaya's Chennai. The ensemble cast includes the likes of Austin Butler, Florence Pugh, Rebecca Ferguson, Stellan Skarsgård, Lea Seydoux, Dave Bautista, Javier Bardem, Josh Brolin, and the legendary Christopher Walken, offering a tantalizing glimpse into the movie's rich tapestry. The storyline continues with Paul Atreides, played by the talented Timothée Chalamet, leading the Fremen into a fierce battle to reclaim their homeland before time runs out. According to Villeneuve, Part 1 is more of a contemplative movie. Part 2 is an action-packed epic war movie, hinting at a dynamic shift in tone and pace. The sequel aims to tie up loose ends and deliver a visually stunning experience. The director revealed that Part 2 explores entirely new locations with a focus on creating a fresh and immersive atmosphere. Audiences can anticipate an upgrade to full IMAX, intensifying the cinematic experience. CinemaCon 2023 in Las Vegas offered a glimpse into the sequel, showcasing Paul Atreides gearing up for a formidable clash with Austin Butler's Fayed Rautha. A new character portrayed as bald and pale was introduced through a striking poster, diverting attention from Butler's usual Elvis persona. Well, brace yourself as Dune 2 will transport us back into the intriguing and perilous experiences of Arrakis and promise an unforgettable blend of contemplation and adrenaline-pumping action. Cast. The star-studded cast of Dune Part 2 promises a cinematic feast that would span generations. For those who watched Dune Part 1, the landscape has changed, with some familiar faces meeting their fates. Oscar Isaac, Jason Momoa, and Sharon Duncan Brewster, all casualties of gas, combat, and sandworm, respectively. Fear not, as director Denis Villeneuve has fortified the sequel with a fresh infusion of star power. Returning to the fray are Timothée Chalamet, Javier Bardem, Zendaya, and Rebecca Ferguson, ensuring the continuation of the saga's rich narrative. But the ensemble has expanded to include the likes of Florence Pugh, Austin Butler, Lea Seydoux, and the legendary Christopher Walken. Walken steps into the imperial shoes of Shaddam IV, the Emperor of House Corrino. Pugh portrays his daughter, Princess Irulan. Seydoux embodies Lady Margot, a friend of the Emperor and a member of the iconic Bene Gesserit sisterhood. And Butler takes on the role of Fayed Rautha, Harkonnen, the nefarious nephew of Stellan Skarsgård's Baron Harkonnen. Adding to the intrigue is the enigmatic Tim Blake Nelson, whose character remains shrouded in mystery. The exclusive first-look photos unveiled by Vanity Fair on April 27 sent shockwaves through the Dune fandom. Zendaya and Chalamet share an intimate moment in the vast Arrakis desert, a piercing snapshot of the complex relationship at the heart of the storyline, with the azure contacts of Chalamet's eyes capturing the depth of the character. Chalamet reflects on the complexity of Dune universe, describing Zendaya's character, Shani, as a moral compass and the humanizing force at the story's core. The official poster further ignites anticipation, featuring the power couple armed with jagged swords against an Olafur Eliasson-inspired orange sky. Each character is meticulously portrayed, from Pugh's regal presence to Brolin standing amidst the fiery aftermath of a battle. Skarsgård smoking a pipe in a bathtub embodies his character's unique traits, while Lea Seydoux, standing in a vessel, exudes power in a midnight blue crepe gown with a velvet hood. The silhouette of Austin Butler's bald head sparks curiosity, and the director Denis Villeneuve's description of Butler's portrayal as a cross between a psychotic sociopath serial killer and Mick Jagger adds an extra layer of anticipation. Perhaps the most intriguing casting choices is Austin Butler, known for his portrayal of Elvis, stepping into the role of Feyd-Rautha Harkonnen, described by Villeneuve as a character who will definitely be very important character. In part 2, Butler's Feyd-Rautha emerges as Paul's foil and bitter rival, becoming the central antagonist in Paul's pursuit of absolute power. To prove his dedication to his role, Butler revealed that he underwent months of rigorous training with Navy SEALs to embody the physical demands of Feyd-Rautha's character, ensuring he is physically prepared for the climactic knife fight between Paul and Feyd-Rautha. Yet, as excitement mounts, fans express a legitimate concern. Will Butler really bring the unmistakable Elvis voice to Arrakis? The actor's vocal transformation during his portrayal of the King of Rock has garnered attention and raised questions about its lingering impact. Butler's voice coach cautions that Elvis' voice could be a permanent fixture, but fans need not worry. Dave Bautista, portraying Gustave Rabin, Feyd-Rautha's older brother, reassures them, stating definitely, "I don't know who this guy was, but it's not Austin Butler. It's not Elvis. His voice is different. His look is different. Everything about his demeanor is terrifying." But it's not just Feyd-Rautha taking a starring turn. In fact, all of the Harkonnens are set to take on a bigger role in part 2, as Paul squares off against both Feyd-Rautha and Baron Vladimir Harkonnen. Meanwhile, Aleia and Baron become mystically intertwined, and surprising linkages between House Harkonnen and House Atreides are revealed. With each revelation, Dune Part 2 promises a multi-dimensional and enthralling experience. The meticulous casting choices, the dedication of the actors, and the deeper exploration of Harkonnen characters set the stage for a cinematic spectacle that will captivate audiences and propel the Dune saga into new heights. Plot: Dune Part 2 promises an enthralling continuation of the epic tale, delving into the second half of Frank Herbert's Dune novel. The focus shifts to Paul Atreides as he navigates the treacherous path of ascending to power among the Freemen and leading a rebellion against the formidable Padishah Emperor Shaddam IV. This phase of Paul's journey, destined to make him the revered Kwisatz Haderach, unfolds with tests of character that imperil his very existence. As the Atreides family expands, Paul and Chennai find themselves romantically intertwined, a union foreseen in Paul's clairvoyant visions. Lady Jessica, portrayed by Rebecca Ferguson, gives birth to Aleia, a daughter endowed with extraordinary Bene Gesserit abilities. The narrative hints at thrilling twists and turns, inviting viewers into a more plot-driven and captivating storyline, mirroring the novel's second half. Denis Villeneuve tantalizes fans with a glimpse into the desert landscape once more, teasing a cinematic journey that goes beyond the contemplative tone of Part 1. In this installment, Paul and Lady Jessica immerse themselves into Freeman culture, forging alliances and confronting enemies in harsh desert terrain. Villeneuve teases that Dune Part 2 will be an even more cinematic experience, hinting at the grandiosity and visual splendor that awaits. Timothée Chalamet, reflecting on his role as Paul Atreides, hints at a more confident and self-assured character in Part 2. The actor draws parallels between his own growth and that of Paul, emphasizing the cyclical nature of life. With Paul's transition from boyhood to manhood, marked by his first kill in Part 1, Part 2 demands even more from him as a warrior and leader, which he's ready to give. The excitement builds with tantalizing details from the highly anticipated Dune 2 trailer unveiled at CinemaCon. Audiences can anticipate Paul Atreides' exhilarating first ride on a sandworm, a spectacle that promises to be visually stunning. Clips featuring Florence Pugh as Princess Irulan Corrino and Austin Butler as the enigmatic Feyd-Rautha also emerge, adding layers of complexity to the unfolding narrative. Timothée Chalamet, discussing his character's evolution, emphasizes the transformative arc of Paul Atreides. From a young man thrust into a world of political unrest and warfare, Paul emerges as a leader and redeemer of the Freeman people. The trailer also offers a sneak peek into a gripping fight scene between Feyd and Paul, hinting at the intense conflicts that will shape Paul's destiny and leadership role among the Freemen. The character's growth mirrors Chalamet's own journey, creating a compelling synergy between actor and role that will undoubtedly resonate with audiences. In summary, Dune Part 2 is poised to deliver a compelling narrative that mirrors the latter half of Herbert's novel, with Paul Atreides facing challenges that will shape his destiny. The expansion of the Atreides family, romantic entanglements, and encounters with the Freeman culture promise a rich and engaging storyline. with a more confident Paul Atreides portrayed by Chalamet and visually stunning moments teased in the trailer. The film is set to be an unforgettable cinematic experience that transcends the boundaries of sci-fi storytelling. Release date. The highly anticipated release date of Dune Part 2 has been on a roller coaster ride of scheduling adjustments. Initially set for November 17, 2023, the premiere was bumped up to November 3rd, only to face another change due to Blade's shift in dates. Amidst the backdrop of WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes, the film faced a further delay to March 15, 2024, as reported by Variety. Now, with the strikes resolved, Deadline has confirmed a new release date of March 1st, 2024. The ever-changing schedule adds an extra layer of anticipation, making the saying, "third change is a charm," quite fitting for the cinematic journey into the expansive universe of Dune. As we eagerly anticipate the arrival of Dune Part 2, the sands of speculation are shifting beneath our feet. But it will be worth the wait, no doubt. With the promise of sandworms, intense battles, and the glorious fight Rautha, Dune Part 2 beckons us to a realm where every frame is a masterpiece. And trust me, we're all out for this wonder. If you don't mind, mark your calendars for what promises to be an epic start to March. Tell us how excited you are about this movie in the comment section down below.